This is KUGAN CASSIUS. We're in Glasgow, at the Marriott Hotel for Ricky Burns' press conference to announce his next fight against Raimundo BELTRAN. How are you, Ricky?
I'm doing good, how are you?
Alright, we've all gone for the red. Me, you and Brophy all gone for the red today.
Me and Brophy have done that a few times now. If everybody's commenting on it, I think we'll need to phone each other up in future for now on what you wearing.
What it is, because girls usually come out and they wear the same thing and then they go, ooh, can't have that. So one of them goes home and changes, but I couldn't really care, could you?
I was going to change, but we're moving house now and all my clothes are boxed up down in the new house, so I wasn't up for going down and digging through it all to find someone else.
So red is good, we're all in red. What do you think of my jacket thing?
It's cool. It's cool.
Be honest, if you want to slag it, slag it.
Who's been slagging you?
Eddie Earn.
No,
You're a knob of a promoter.
I like it. It's different.
Different is not always good, but
Different is good in my eyes.
is it something that you would possibly wear in your size?
I think I've worn worse than that.
Okay, that doesn't help me out at all. BELTRAN. How much about BELTRAN do you know?
I've saw a few clips on YouTube. I think Billy's should be getting the DVDs the next couple of days, so I think I will sit down and I'll watch maybe his last 1 or 2 fights. But apart from that, I'll just be concentrating what I'm going to do. We know he is a good fighter. He's not ranked in the top 10 in the world rankings for nothing. So, and he's always been a main sparring partner to Manny Pacquiao as well. So we know it is going to be a tough fight. But I've said before, these are the fights that are going to bring out the best in me. And that the mistakes that were made in the last fight, I'm going to happen again.
I mean, to be honest, wasn't too aware. I've heard of BELTRAN since he's been announced as your opponent. I've been doing some YouTube. There was a fight against that Ji Hoon Kim, which was the first round, an absolute belter. So if you on YouTube, watch that. But he's put together 3 very impressive wins in his last 3 fights. So this is going to be a test for you, isn't it?
I know it's going to be a tough fight. That's how. Although they're talking about obviously fighting in America possibly early next year, I know that I can't afford to look by this fight, which I never do. BELTRAN's got my full attention. We're not going to change anything different about the way we train or anything. I don't cut any corners when it comes to the sparring, running, so I know I'm going to be prepared for whatever happens on the night.
Possible fight lined up, maybe. I said to you, I'm not asking to overlook this opponent, but Terence Crawford is mentioned as a possible opponent in New York for you.
I know. I saw a couple of days ago somebody mentioned it on Twitter, and Eddie said it today again. These are the fights that you want, obviously. Imagine you going to Madison Square Garden for a fight. I've always said fighting in America's, whether it be in Las Vegas or New York, it's something that I've always wanted to do. At least you need to do that at least once in your career. But September the 7th, I need to get by that first.
I need to do that once in my career as well. Have a fight in Madison Square Garden. Not necessarily in the ring, maybe just, in the crowd.
Well, hopefully, if I get through this one and this one does happen, hopefully we'll get you over there.
All right, yeah. Okay, we'll do that. Did you watch Adrian Broner against Paulie Malignaggi? Adrian Broner obviously moving up 2 weights to fight Paulie Malignaggi, taking the belt off Malignaggi. A lot of people were split between. Some people said it was a close fight. Some people said it was a clear win for Adrian Broner. Did you see it?
I've not seen the fight.
Oh, do you know what? That's my question to you, whether you'd seen it, to be honest, but you didn't watch it.
No, do you know what? I've not seen it. We're actually trying to get. We're moving house. We get the keys to the new house last week, so we'll try to get everything sorted. So the next couple of months is going to be busy for us. Never get a chance to see it, but for what people have been saying, again, mixed reactions. People have been saying obviously he won the fight, and others are saying it was a lot closer, but the other 2 judges had it. But he got the win, that's the main thing. Obviously he's a freeweight world champion now, so I don't think he's fussed about what people are saying about him.
Yeah, I mean, 23 years old, 27 wins I believe he's got, freeweight world champion. To get criticised is a bit harsh, people saying who's he really beaten to win them things. I mean, listen, you could say it about a lot of people, so it is what it is. To me, that's probably not his right weight at the minute. Maybe does need to drop back down, whether that's at 140 or... Can you see him coming back to 135?
He said after did watch his after press conference he done after the fight, and he said he was going to let the fans choose his next fight.
Yeah.
But you know, whether he comes back down to lightweight, who knows? I'm sure the next couple of weeks we'll find out what his next move's going to be. But again, there is some big fights out there for him, obviously at 140 and 147. So I'm sure they'll make the right move for his career.
There's some big fights for you, like I said, like you've talked about in the press conference, at lightweight. Some massive unification fights, particularly possibly with Miguel VASQUEZ. So I know we keep having these conversations, but we're sort of itching closer to these fights, aren't we, for you?
Well, I think with the Vasquez fight, I think that's the one I want most, because obviously we need to just find out what Adrian Broner is going to do, whether he's coming back down to 135. But I'm sure if he stayed up, then I'd be hoping that the ring that would make, if the fight with myself and Vasquez did happen, they would make that for the ring belt. So obviously it would be mine, his, and the ring belt. So, and that's the one I've always wanted. So that's why I just need to make sure I get by September the 7th first.
All right. Well, listen, I know you was on your way out, and you just come back in to do this interview, didn't you?
Yep.
Is it because I was on ringside the other day? Is that why you feel like you have to do this interview?
No, do you know what, I'm actually out because we're moving house.
Don't tell me you haven't watched ringside either from Thursday.
I've not seen it, Joe. Honestly, I've been so busy. Been so busy.
I'm going to tweet you a link later on. Don't worry about the first 40 minutes. Just watch the last 20 minutes.
Right, sound.
What a big moment for me, you know.
No, I've heard you've done well.
Yeah, I was folded at the first hurdle, and then it sort of got better. So I can't talk about this ringside thing any more than already what I have. So I think I've got until tomorrow's one airs, and then I'll shut up about it.
Post the link up on my page. I'll get a look and I'll let you know how I think you do.
Be honest as well.
I'll be honest.
Billy Nelson was a bit pissed off that he's never been on ringside and that I had, because he was like, how comes you're on it, big man? I was like, I don't know, they asked me. He's like, well, they've never asked me, big man. I was like, well, I'll have a word if I
I
can.
think he's just happy with his wee ringside t-shirt he got.
See, I never got a ringside t-shirt. They mugged me off with that as well, to be honest. But anyway, Ricky Burns, thank you very much for talking to us. We look forward to September the 7th against Raimundo Beltran, and then onwards from there.
10 weeks to go.
Definitely.
Countdown's on.
Can we quickly nip in this sports shop?
Oh no, it's my day off today. My pal Smiley, he said you head down, he'll sort you out.
Can you do 30% and not 20%?
Nah, 20%, that's the max.
Really? Lucky I don't rob it if I go down there.
We staff discount, 20% off.
Fine. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to go down there, they're going to mark up all the prices, pretend to take 20% down, and I'm end up paying more.
No, you only get 10% off the sale items.
This is serious. It works in a sports shop. Thank you for talking to us.
Right.
Good luck.
Cheers.
We're going to go back to England now.
You going to miss your square sausage?
Yeah, they didn't have square sausages here. They had the scone things here, but no square sausages.
I'll see you again in a few weeks' time.
Definitely. KUGAN CASSIUS here with Ricky Burns. Thank you very much.